Hey everybody. We have something special for this weekend. One of the things that I've noticed in the classroom is that there's a lot of kids who they want something in their hands. And some of the things that they want are really noisy. And so when you're trying to do the story, or when you're trying to do something like important where you need them to be quiet for a moment, you've got the banging and rattling and the guns going off on the Batmobile, and it's just not working. And so the response that I've seen from teachers is that when they're trying to do something serious or they're trying to tell a story, we've been asking the kids to put away toys so they don't have anything in their hands so they can focus. And that's a good thought, but one of the things with kids today at least is that they really do need something in their hands to manipulate. And they need that to be able to concentrate. And sometimes today when kids are fiddling and messing with their hands and doing things and it looks like they're focused in on that, we think that they're not focused. We think that they're not paying attention. But oddly enough, they can be much more focused on what you say when they have something in their hands like that. And so I would encourage a paradigm shift and really start thinking about, okay, our kids need to have something in their hands. They need to focus on something in that way. And one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen this really work, when I did wilderness therapy, the most intense conversations we always had were around the fire, because all the kids would stare into this fire and they'd watch the flames flicker. And when they did that, they stopped focusing on what everybody else thought about them, and they stopped focusing on the external stimulus. And they would go really deep, like impressively deep. And so I become a big fan of having, something to keep your hands busy, something to keep your eyes occupied, and knowing that kids can still focus through that. So with that in mind, rather than just say, hey, make sure your kids have something in their hands, I wanted to come up with a solution. And I've asked for the advice of a few people, just looking for like what's worked for you, looking for fidget items. And ones that are quiet, so they're not going to disturb us. So in each classroom, you're going to find either a green bin like this, or in the other classroom, I have a blue bin. And in these, there are several. We're not quite at the point where I think we have one for every child, but some children won't necessarily need one. Hopefully that doesn't cause any fights, but for now, all I could get together was enough for most of our children. Maybe all of our children, unless we have a big day. So that being said, be prepared to, if you've got a big day, to grab a couple cans of Play-Doh, add to it. Maybe actually I'll do that, and as I bring these back, I'll add 2 to 3 cans of Play-Doh as an additional. But what I would encourage you to do is never ever pull these out, except for when you want to talk serious. And that creates some excitement around these bins. They know I only get to play with the little pea or the snake that unwinds. I only get to play with these during special times when things are really important. Little infinity cube, I can only play with that during those times. Then they don't become bored of these toys as quickly. They become exciting every time they come out. Switch bins with your teachers every now and then, and just that's a great way to keep their hands busy and their eyes occupied so that they can focus a little bit better. I hope that you find this to be a valuable tool in the classroom. I welcome any additions. If you have fidget toys that you have as extra toys, things that are quiet, things that they can mush in their hands, anything like that has texture and adds sensory is going to help them engage and listen better. So thank you so much. I hope you'll enjoy it.